Mr. Steve Madison, you are engaging in a practice that I thought was frowned upon by the majority of humanity. The fact that you can't seem to see the correlation between human discrimination, racism basically, and dog discrimination, the philosophy behind both based around how certain groups visually appear, and the all-encompassing nature of both responses. How you cannot put two and two together in that regard is kind of breathtaking. You continue to cite unverified statistics from dogsbite.org. I don't know if you know what or who dogsbite.org is, or if you simply just went to Google and typed in dog bites and that was the first site that came up, so that's what you ran with. But just so you know, dogsbite.org is a anti-pit bull website. It's a pit bull hate group, basically.
They are a much, much, much more dangerous breed, period. No right-thinking person could deny that.
You continuously throw out the statement that pit bulls make up 4% of the dog population, yet they are attributed to over 50% of all dog fatalities that exist. And you continuously parrot this information and repeat it over and over and over again.
About half of the fatal dog bite cases account for over half the fatalities. 50%, at least 50%, about half of them are pit bull type breeds that are responsible.
You use percentages to make what you're saying seem enormous and like a real massive concern. It sounds really scary and really problematic to someone just out there being like, whoa, 60% of all fatalities. But you never get into how many fatalities there are. Dog-related fatalities equal about 30 a year in the United States. And the 50% claim isn't even accurate to begin with, because that's based off of unverified accounts and statistics that you're getting. This is based off of media reporting, not actual scientific data, not actual breed identification data, not actual DNA evidence, not actual visual evidence a lot of times. It's just based off of a newspaper claiming this dog was that, and that's where these statistics are being pulled from, and they're being compiled by Colleen Lynn from dogsbite.org, which is where you're getting that information from. Reality is, there's only 30 dog-related fatalities a year, and 90% of those, or more, involve either loose dogs or chained dogs, resident dogs that live out in the yard, or unsupervised children, or a mix of any of those three.
From a policy perspective, there's just no reason to not regulate that risk. There's just no sound public policy reason why a community like Pasadena shouldn't be allowed to ban such dangerous animals. And I think it's just a matter of time in our community when we're going to have a really, really bad episode, and it would be good to avoid that if we could.
90+% of any dog-related fatality involves those dynamics. That is not specific to breed. It has nothing to do with breed. You continue to point out breed and continue to ignore what I just said. And there's already laws for those things. Loose dogs, there's a leash law. Chain dogs, there's an anti-chaining law and anti-tethering law. And unsupervised children, that's common sense. Because if you have a child It's irresponsible to leave your little child around any dog. Not smart. You could just enforce the already existing laws, punish the people that break the already existing laws, and promote more responsibility and less recklessness as human beings. That would be very effective at dealing with dog-related human fatalities.
From a policy perspective, there's just no reason to not regulate that risk.
And none of that has anything to do with breed. And the fact that you're so obsessed with focusing on breed shows me that you genuinely don't care about public safety. This is about an agenda for you, which is pretty pathetic and embarrassing, wrong, and disgusting. And I'm going to show up and oppose you vigorously.
Bred for thousands of years to be a killer is going to kill. I'll stop. I think you know how I feel about this.
You already think you have everything figured out. You've already came to the conclusion that you've came to. So anything that is presented that counters that, like, hey, 90% of all the dog-related fatalities involve these circumstances. Oh, it doesn't matter. I've already came to the conclusion that I've came to, and I believe all pit bulls are bad, even though there's millions and millions of pit bulls in the country. All those millions of dogs are bad because I say so, apparently. That's the conclusion you've came to. I see that you're not to be reasoned with, probably. But the fact that you're the prime pusher of this legislation and influencing your colleagues and influencing the public and taking advantage of the public and doing ultimate damage to these innocent dogs, it's reprehensible, bro. And you're going to be defeated.